welcome to Isuzu's Driving With, and today I'm joined by Paul Miller, Chief Executive of the Point to Point Authority. Paul, you've been in post for nearly a year now. How have you found it?
I can't believe it's a year, first of all. It feels as if it's been about 5 minutes, to be honest. When someone mentioned the other day it's coming up for a year, I was amazed. I have found it enjoyable and hard work, probably the hardest I've ever worked in my life. But yeah, really, really good. Loved it, loving it.
Good, good. Well, you've been involved with pointing for a number of years. You own horses as well. What made you take it on? What made you take on this role?
The job?
Yeah.
I think the job itself is amazing. I don't think you get this sort of opportunity many times in your life, that you can get to grips with a national sport and change it and improve it.
Yeah.
And it was just that, it was that challenge of taking something and making it better. I couldn't say no to it. It was a no-brainer for me.
Yeah, well, you certainly got a challenge ahead, and I know you've got a number of things that you're wanting to implement and change. Kind of, what can we expect for next season?
I think that's one of the weird things, because all of the hard work has been going on behind the scenes this season. So in some ways, it's almost a bit like, what's he been doing? And that first year, I think it's like moving into a new house and you want to change the garden. People always say, don't change it. Leave it for the first year, see what comes up and what comes through. And that's kind of what I've been doing in the first 12 months. I've been learning the job and doing the job. So you're dealing with things for the first time, getting through it, learning from it, looking back and then seeing what you want to change for next season. So there's a load of things now to implement. So at the moment, in no particular order, we're looking at all of the novice rider allowances because we don't think they work well enough. So we want to attract more riders to the sport and keep them in it. So novice rider allowances we're looking at changing. And all of these announcements will take place before the end of this season to give people time
notify them.
Yeah, to change their plans for next season. So novice rider allowances, we're looking at a Future Stars maiden series across the whole season. Yep, that should be, I'm really looking forward to that one. And that will be on the best courses at the best time of year, tying in with all of the auction dates.
Yep. Yeah.
We'll only have one of those Future Stars races on one day. So the trainers have to take each other on. So hopefully the winner will be a really good quality winner.
Yeah.
That should then go through the sales, get good money. We can then market in the back of that. So hopefully that brings more horses into the sport that way. We're also looking at the other end, a series for horses potentially rated up to 110 under rules that will become uncompetitive.
That sounds very exciting.
Yes, and that will be a new market because they're the sort of horses that perfect for pointing. They should offer good value for money and they'll bring numbers through the door for us.
Yep.
And that will really play to people within pointing. What are the other things that we're looking at the moment? So we've got a new marketing strategy, as you know about. we have a big one. A big investment is a new website.
Yes.
And that's going to be a bit of a game changer. Yeah, the way the website works and the way we can start to market the sport on the website and across social. They're biggies, and again, I'm looking forward to that, the impact they'll have. The other ones that we're looking at, a couple of biggies. So we're overhauling all of the race types and race conditions.
Okay.
Because the feeling is they become overly complicated and they're not playing now to the horse population that we have. Because we want to, next year, if we can maintain the horse population we've got at the moment, that's a big win. Then we can start to build it from there. Because the backdrop is there are fewer horses in the country anyway.
Yes.
So what we want is to make the race types and race conditions as easy to understand as possible and play to the horse population that we have. So that's a big one that's coming in. We're also looking at a centralised race planning committee.
Okay.
So that will be voluntary for fixtures, but a lot of fixtures have said they would love help with that to know what races to put on. And again, it's because they don't understand the horse population and demographics, whereas we do centrally.
Yeah.
So we're going to look at that. And then we're also looking at how we can even out the fixture calendar.
Yep.
So get away from some of the fixture congestion that's going on. That's another big one. We'll
start
that. That is a very big one. We'll start that this season. It'll probably take 2 or 3 years before we've got it running, we've got it smoothed out and set up the way we want it.
Just thinking on that, actually, we're at Edgecombe today, heading into Easter kind of next week, and everyone seems to be almost saying, oh, well, we're nearly at the end of the season, but fixture-wise,
no, we're not.
We're about halfway.
Just over halfway.
Yeah.
I counted it up the other day and I couldn't believe it because it seems to have been going on for a long time. And then suddenly the end of the season now is 7 weeks away?
Yeah, not far at all.
But yeah, we've still got about 45% of fixtures.
Yes. Yeah.
And most of them over Easter. And I'm just looking at it thinking, Oh God.
How can we split those up a
Yeah,
little bit? Yeah,
yeah.
no, understandable.
Yeah, and one of the other things we're looking at, and I think that this will be a nice one, is we're looking at having interactive races for next season. So we'll maybe have 6 race cards, and one of the races, we won't say what it is until closer to the time.
Okay.
And it means that the fixtures can choose that, again, based on what's been happening recently with the weather patterns, and again, what the horse demographics are.
Definitely. What we've been short of, in an unfortunate event, if something needs to cancel or abandon, then we can move those over so that people aren't missing out, really. That sounds very, very clever.
Yeah. So, yeah, thank you. I like that. Yes, thank you. They're not all of my ideas, just so you know. These are ideas that come up from the pointing community, and I think that's one of the great things.
Yes.
I don't need to have all of the ideas and all of the solutions. They're all out there.
Everyone's really been, positive and wanting to help and implement their thoughts and things, and we combine them all together and hopefully come out with the best outcome that everyone can benefit from, and that's really important as well.
I think the big thing as well, there's no silver bullet. There's no silver bullet that will sort everything. It's going to be a lot of incremental changes. We'll make some mistakes. We'll implement something that doesn't work. So we'll either tweak it and improve it, or bin it completely and try something else. But I think there's a real appetite for change at the moment across the sport, and a real
100%.
positive appetite for change. It's not a case of we need to change because we need to change. People actually want to. You can see that enthusiasm's there.
It's great that you're leading that as well. That then you're open to all these options and change, and it's nice to see people can approach and have a conversation, and we take all those ideas on board. We've got all these different groups that are going around, putting things together behind the scenes and kind of from all over the country as well, seeing what is going to benefit everyone, and I think that's very important. And I can definitely vouch for you. You're doing the right thing this season, seeing how it all works and what works and what doesn't. I think that's really important.
Yeah, I think it's very easy to go into any situation with loads of ideas and preconceived ideas.
Yeah.
But you don't know if they're right.
No, and this sport, there's all sorts, and there's so much that could be changed, and there's bits that work, and it's just working that all out. So yeah, I can definitely vouch for you. You haven't been sat with your feet up for,
I haven't.
For the year. You've been flat out.
And you can ask my wife. She hasn't seen me this year. It's definitely not with my feet up.
Oh dear. Well, I do have one last question for you. Thank you for sparing some time to chat with me.
Is this a big question?
No, it's quite an important question.
It's always when someone says, and one more thing, and then it's the bombshell. Okay, what is it?
Well, we're going to be asking everyone. So Glenn Mount, your horse, your point-to-pointer.
Yep.
He's just won at a point-to-point. You're on your way home. What is that song you put on to celebrate?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, first of all, I wouldn't put music on because I'd be on the phone for however long it takes to get home, trying to tell people that he's just won and sounding like a complete babbling idiot with excitement. What song? I would just like it to be, I will make it up though. We are the champions, my friend. You can't show that.
Oh, I can, I will.
All right, well, there you go. Enjoy.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Paul.